Good evening, everyone. Welcome. I'm not giving a second share tonight. The reason why I'm filming now, I always like to film later, the second time I learn, so I don't have to take the time from the Olam to set up. But I wanted to share something very beautiful with the Olam, and I wanted to film it. Last night by the shir, if you remember, when we were learning the Mishna, I said we should also have in mind for Chaver Adaf Aaron Swade, Aaron Ben Sarah. And some people, everybody has opinions. Some people get annoyed, the announcements, or just get to the Mishnayos, so we could get to Marav, so I could get home, So I got a call today from Aaron Swade from the recovery room. They shocked his heart because he was having AFib. So they tried to do it twice, but he had a lot of fluid, so they couldn't do it. But they said they had to do it, and he was nervous. While he was waiting to go into the OR, he listened to the Mishnayos. And he heard us mention him. And he said he went in with such a good feeling that we were learning for him. He called me from the recovery room to tell me that it was a success and to thank us for learning for him. So, sometimes the Rebbeinu Shalom sends messages, to let you know that certain things are worthwhile to do. Should also be aware that there are people that are learning with us Mishnayos because of all the setup. People that are homebound, people that are compromised. I don't want to say too many details because I don't want to make them, they're watching, to feel funny, but there are people that this learning is a big part of their life. So with that in mind, we are learning Mishnah Vav and Mishnah Zayin, just mamish finishing Yoma Yetz Hashem, sponsored by the Fishish family, Lilam Nishmas Basi Bas Rabbi Shlomo Ben Avram Alevi, Pel Bas Ruvain, Fush Leimafel Yomis Ben Chayesara, Lili Nishmas Reb Yachmiel Gershon Ben Reb Tzvi Yehuda, and by the Klugman family. So the case that we're learning now is Misha Achazu Bulmus. If somebody was seized by a ravenous hunger, where if you don't give him a sign of this disease, is that the eyesight begins to fade. Person has trouble seeing clearly. He loses focus, and you can't wait. Some say that Esav had it when he said, "Aliteini na min ha'adam ha'adam hazeh." So machilon I say afilu dvarim tameim. First of all, we feed him on Yom Kippur. There we don't give him pachas mikeseves because you have to give him a lot. And we feed him, if there's nothing available, we feed him bacon. We feed him lobster. Ad she'eh oru einav, until his eyes begin to clear and he starts regaining focus. Mishin shachai kelev shaita, someone who was bitten by a mad dog. Now there was a belief, the first time of our Mishnah holds it's only an old wives' tale, but there was a belief that taking the liver of the diseased dog and giving it to the person that was bitten was a remedy. So the Tana Kama says, don't do it. We don't give the chayla, the one that was bitten from the lobe of the liver, because dog meat is, of course, aser, It's a davar tameh, and it doesn't help. However, Reb Masya ben Chorish matter. Reb Masya ben Chorish says it's a good remedy, and he permits it. V'oidam Reb Masya ben Chorish, ha'choishesh b'groinai, if somebody begins to feel the throat closing up. Some say that this is referring to scurvy, which is a disease that goes from the gums to the throat and then to the intestines. It's a big danger. So metilun loisam b'seich pib b'Shabbos, you could give a medicine on Shabbos even if you have to pull it out from the ground and grind it. Mipnei shu safek nefashis, because it's a safek sakanas nefashis. Because safek nefashis, and for any sakanas nefashis, even for a doubt, doiches HaShabbos, it supersedes the Shabbos. The next Mishnah, those that remember the terrible tragedy that happened in Surfside, where the whole building collapsed, that made people aware of the danger of structures that are very old and are not checked. So, Misha Nafla Alav Mapailis, if somebody was under a avalanche and you want to dig for him on Shabbos, you're not even sure if he's there. Safek Husham, Safek Einasham. Somebody said, well, we think he was in the room. Safek Chai, Safek Meis. You're not sure if he's alive anymore. Safek Avicham, Safek Yisrael. You're not sure if it's a guy or a yid. Mefakhin Olav Sagal. Even if it's multiple sveikas, it's a sveika, you're not sure he's there, and even if he's there, you're not sure if he's alive, and if he's alive, you're not sure if he's a guy. Mefakhin Olav Sagal. We dig him out. Now, Mitzvah Chai, if they find him alive, but the doctors say it's only Chai Yishah, he's not going to make it too long. Now, usually we say, be Mechal one Shabbos in order that he should keep many Shabbos. But here he's not keeping many Shabbos. Maybe he'll make it a few hours, still Mefakhin Olav. And here the Mishnah Brura cites a really, really, really important Me'iri. Mishnah Brura says in Me'iri that you save someone even for moments, because in that moment he could do tshuva and be kind of a whole eternity. And therefore, even for moments, you save a person and you're Mechal Shabbos. However, if he died, then to recover the body, you don't do that, Yanichu, then you leave him there until after Shabbos. Many people have seen the story of this submergible submarine and the tragic death of 5 people. One of them was a billionaire going down in this thing that was... I think that one of the lessons from the story is that there are people that like to do new and exciting things, which is fine. But, I have a great rule. Something that you need to bench Gaimel for, you should think hard to do it if you're only doing it for recreation. To go down in this thing, they were bolted in with 17 bolts. It was made like a toy. It really, really wasn't safe. And people do things for a thrill. I just saw also this week that somebody at the Grand Canyon fell off a walkway 4,000 feet and died. And people, they go and they lean over and we value life. Every minute of life we could do mitzvahs. I mean, that's what we're learning over here. We're Mechal Shabbos just to give a person another minute of life. I just also want to say that to Shabbos and Yitz Hashem, the Pirkei Avos has been pushed ahead 10 minutes to 6:40. The reason why we did that is because Mrs. Goldman told me that the earlier women's share is all the way on Foxwood, and the women want to have time to walk over, those that want to join us. So the share will be at 6:40, and we'd love to see everybody. This will be the last year before the summer, so please come and join us. I hope there will be shiurim during the summer, but this is the last year for the immediate Shabbosim for the summer.